And on this video, we're taking a look at the brand new Rove R2-4K Dual Pro Dashcam. Now this is a complete package, so they include everything on here that you need to get started with the dashcam. You get the memory card and also a circular polarizer filter which can dramatically improve the image quality. And on this video, I'm gonna show you the contents of the kit as well as walk you through the features of this dashcam, including driving video, that way we can see how well this thing actually performs. And I place a link in the description down below to this dashcam if you'd like to get one for yourself. And this features a 3-inch LCD screen as well as physical buttons. On the right hand side, input for power, USB-C. On the top, we got the input for the rear camera, also USB-C, integrated GPS antenna, and on the left hand side we get the memory card bay and power button. Now what's really interesting about the memory card bay is that they already included a 128GB memory card. However, this supports up to 1 TB of memory, which is pretty insane. And they also included a circular polarizer filter, and I love the way that they designed it, so it kind of screws in directly onto the dashcam, and then you can fine tune it because you can still turn it after installing it. Now what this does, this can eliminate reflections from the windshield and also dramatically improve the image quality of the dashcam. Rear camera is meant to be installed on the inside of the vehicle. I can peel this back and then attach it to the car. The mount also allows you to adjust the view angle, and it does support full rotation of that mount, and that is important because if you put the mount in this orientation, now you can mount the rear camera against a vertical surface like the rear window on a pickup truck. And here is the extension for the rear camera cable, kind of a beefy cable, USB-C right angle on both ends. And for power, we get this automotive adapter, which does feature 2 USB ports, the large one in the bottom, that's gonna be for the dash cam, and then we get USB-C to use with something else. And for mounting, Rove is probably the only one including both an adhesive mount and also a suction cup mount for additional flexibility as far as mounting. Now the adhesive mount, I can peel this back and then I can attach it to the windshield. Notice that the viewing angle is adjustable and then it can be locked in place. But additionally, you are able to turn the dashcam around. I know some of you guys want to capture the sides. That is definitely possible. And the mount also supports removing the dashcam from the windshield if needed. And the suction cup mount works very similarly. I can place that on the windshield and then lock it in place. And again, it provides for tilt adjustment, and then I can lock that position in place. And it also allows me to turn the dashcam, and it also allows me to dismount the dashcam from the windshield if needed. And we're presented with the front view and also a tiny little view of the rear of the vehicle, as well as status indicators for the things that are enabled, current resolution, and the recording indicator. Now to switch views, that is done with this button right here. Now this is the rear with the front on that tiny little screen, and then just the front by itself, the rear by itself, and back to that split view. And you can always stop the video recording with this button. Recording stopped. Recording started. Or resume recording by tapping it one more time. Now this guy right here with the red exclamation mark, current loop video is now locked, is gonna flag and protect the section of the video that is currently recorded as important. And then this button right here allows you to disable audio recording. Audio recording off. Audio recording on. In case you wanted to have a top secret conversation. And then finally this button on the side, if you tap it, it takes a picture. And to play back the videos, I'm gonna hold the menu button down. Recording stopped. Playback mode. And the videos are sorted out in different sections. You got normal video, front camera, and if I tap this button, normal video, rear camera, tapping it one more time, important video flagged by me or by the dashcam as important, front camera, and the rear camera, and then finally, for the photos, we get the front camera photos. Well, let's find a video to play back. I'm gonna navigate with the arrows, and I'm gonna say, let's play this guy. Video mode. Recording started. And the video begins to play back automatically. But let's take a look at the settings by tapping the menu button. Recording stopped. Video settings. And the first setting is gonna be video resolution, starting with the front camera. Right now it's running at 4K. 30 frames per second, but we can decrease that resolution if desired. Now, all of these resolutions are gonna run in HDR with the exception of this guy right here and this guy right here. Both of these options are gonna run at 60 frames per second, which can allow you to capture fast-moving objects like license plates if you are willing to give up HDR. Let's take a look at the rear camera. Here again, you can run it at 2K at 30 frames per second, or you can decrease that resolution if desired, or you can run it at full high definition but in high frame rate, again at the expense of giving up HDR. Now, what's also interesting is this video IQ mode, and this is a pretty cool idea. You can prioritize whether you want the maximum clarity on the video or if your priority is for the colors of the video should look nice. I'm gonna stick with the default of clarity. And we also get a G sensor, which does have quite a bit of adjustability. Now, this can allow the dashcam to detect when you get into a car crash, and here you can set how sensitive you want the sensor to be. One is gonna trigger at low impact, meaning the dashcam is going to be very sensitive to any little impact on the road, or you can increase that to reduce the number of false triggers. Number 9 will only trigger at a very high impact. And we can also enable or disable the HDR by camera. So notice that you can turn it on or off for the front camera independently of the rear camera. Moving over to the next page of settings, we get time-lapse recording, and you can customize how smooth you want the time-lapse to be in terms of frames per second. However, most people are not gonna use time-lapse recording for normal driving, so I'm gonna leave this as off. And you can also adjust things like the video compression, and you can change the video bitrate. Now, be careful in here. If you select max, the file size can potentially be very large, and that's the cool thing about this dashcam, that it has already been preloaded with the defaults that are gonna be the most recommended ones. Next up is gonna be parking mode. Now, this does require the optional hardwire kit to enable this, and you get 3 options: time-lapse plus G sensor, motion detection plus G sensor, or collision detection only. On collision detection, if somebody impacts the vehicle when you are parked, the dashcam is going to turn on and make a record of that event. On motion detection plus G sensor, the dashcam is only going to record when there is visual movement detected, and if somebody impacts the vehicle, the dashcam is also going to make a record of it. On time-lapse, the dashcam is going to create a time-lapse while you're parked, and if somebody impacts the vehicle, it's going to switch from time-lapse and it's going to record a normal video, and then it's going to resume back into time-lapse recording. And you can also customize how sensitive the G sensor for parking mode is. And again, you got quite a bit of choices on here, all the way from 1, which is low impact detection, all the way up to 9, which is going to be high impact detection. And you can also limit how long parking mode runs for with the timeout feature. And here you can tell the dashcam how long to stay in parking mode for, and you could go as high as 12 hours, or if you wanted the dashcam to not have a timeout, basically stay on parking mode as long as possible, you will select off. And on the next page of settings, you can select whether you want audio to be recorded or not by default, and you can also customize the video stamps that are shown on the video. And if you don't like all the icons that are shown on the screen, you can choose to have them hide after a certain period of time. You can have them go away, and basically leaving you with a very clean view of the road. This is what it will look like. And finally, you can adjust the video in terms of rotating either the front camera or the rear camera, which could be helpful if for some reason you mounted either one upside down. System settings. And on here you can select the Wi-Fi mode, and here's where you can enable that 5 GHz Wi-Fi, or if you wanted to stay on the 2.4 one. Now, there is also customization as far as the date, day format, time format, and a screensaver. Here you can have the dashcam enter the screensaver after 1 minute, and it'll show you minimal information while it continues to record in the background, or you can have it turn off the screen while the dashcam continues to record in the background. And you can also change things like the voice prompts that you hear. You can disable those if you don't want the dashcam to talk to you. Same thing with the sound that it makes every time you turn on or off. You can turn that off, and you can also enter a license plate to be shown as a watermark on the video. And now that I've shown you the different settings that are on the dashcam, let's also take a look at the app. And the app is called Rove and connects to the dashcam and shows us a live view coming from it. Also, with this icon, we can see that on a larger screen. And this icon right here takes a picture. The next one,
audio recording off. Audio recording on.
Again, if you wanted to have a top secret conversation. And this one returns you back to the smaller screen. And you can also,
recording stopped. Recording started.
In case you wanted to control the dashcam that way, and you can also see the rear view as well. And to play back the videos, that is done with this icon.
Recording stopped. Playback mode.
And the videos have been sorted out into 3 folders: normal video, important video, and photos. Now under each folder you have 2 additional subfolders: videos for the front camera and videos for the rear camera. Well, let's go ahead and play back a video. I'm gonna tap on this one right here. It begins to play back automatically, and you can always see it on a larger screen. And there is also a trash icon right here if you wanted to delete it. Also notice that there are additional icons in the bottom, again, to delete the video or to download a copy of this video to your phone for safekeeping. And finally, you got this icon right here.
Recording stopped. Video settings.
That takes you to all the settings that I showed you on the dashcam, all of them available via the app for customization. And this is pretty cool because some dashcam apps only give you access to a few dashcam settings. Here, every single one of them can be customized directly from the app. But now that I've shown you the features of the app, let's go take a look at some driving video.
Video mode. Recording started.
That way we can see how well this thing actually performs. And this is an audio test of the Rove R2-4K Dual Pro dashcam, and I am sitting on the driver's side seat. And this is an audio test of the Rove R2-4K Dual Pro dashcam, and I'm standing outside the driver's side door. Now there are a couple things that could be better, and the first one is one that has always bugged me about the Rove app, and that is the fact that you need a username and a password to be able to use the app. Now the account to use the app is free, but I still have to give out my email and I have to remember a password just to be able to use the Wi-Fi and app functionality. And I can't even think of the last dashcam that I reviewed that requires a username. Most Wi-Fi apps are gonna have either a guest mode or they're not gonna have any requirement at all for you to be able to use it. Now once you're signed in onto the app, you won't have to sign in every single time you use it, but I just don't like giving out my email address if I don't have to, more or less to remember another password. Now the second one is more of a nitpick, and that is regarding the mounts. I really like that they include the adhesive mount and the suction cup mount, and as we saw, both of them have the ability to let you turn the camera in any direction. All of the Rove dashcams that I have reviewed with this type of mount, they basically share the same design of being able to turn like this, and they kind of feel a little bit loose. They are not gonna move while driving. I haven't seen like the dashcam turning or anything like that, but I could imagine that if you're constantly doing this to your dashcam, could this potentially wear out in the future, and now you may have either a dashcam that shakes a little or a dashcam that points in a little bit off, either to the left or to the right. So I would like to see if Rove can make this design a little bit tighter, or maybe go to some other design that allows me to lock the position and also unlock the position in case I wanted to turn the dash cam. However, I cannot understate how big of a deal for me is including the two mounts, and that is because most dashcams are only gonna include one mount type. There are a few dashcams that are offered with suction cup and with adhesive mount, but you have to make that decision up front, right when you're about to purchase the dashcam. Which one do I pick? And to me, something like this, for them to include it together in the package, makes a lot of sense, just like the memory card. That way I can get started right away, and also the circular polarizer filter. Now the polarizer filter is probably one of the best designs I've seen on the dashcam market because of the way that it screws onto the dashcam, so that makes installation easy and also secure versus the press fit type. And also that the front can still turn, and that is because circular polarizer filters can be fine-tuned. That way you can eliminate as much as reflections, and on some press type filters, if you press down and now you have to adjust it, you have to pull the thing off and press again, and then, oh, that's not the right one, press one more time. So I really give huge props to Rove for designing a very usable and super friendly to adjust circular polarizer. And the last thing you might be curious about is whether it's worth to upgrade from the Dual to the Dual Pro version. And in my opinion, if you already have the R2-4K Dual in your car, you already have Sony Starvis 2 for the front camera. You may not have it for the rear, but this has a lot of the similar functions and features of the Pro for a little bit less money. So I think it makes sense for you to stay with this dash cam. And then if you happen to get another car and you want another dash cam, or if you don't have this dash cam already and are about to buy one, then I'm gonna say definitely go for the Pro version, because you will see a huge benefit in having two Sony Starvis 2 sensors, one for the front and one for the rear, and also that they include that circular polarizer filter. I think that does make it worth it as far as the price difference if you are buying this dashcam, the Pro version, and you don't have the Dual yet. So I'll put a link in the description down below to this dashcam in case you want to get one for yourself, and I'm also gonna put a link to my original review for the normal Dual dashcam, the non-Pro version. That way you can compare it to the Pro if you're still undecided. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more dashcam reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.